Brother Russell Wilson, is he really a simp, or is he just an easy target?
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease, it's your boy Soul Immortal. Now let's talk about Brother Wilson for a sec, right? Because over the last couple of years, Brother Wilson has become, the spokesperson or the poster child rather for simps in Black America, right? Now let's look at this situation. So the brother got married to Sierra. Let's look at Sierra. Sierra was a young lady, artist, that went around the industry. She messed with Bow Wow and maybe 50 Cent and a few other cats, right? At some point in time, she landed on the front porch of Future. They dated for a while. She got pregnant, had a baby by Future, right? This is known. All of a sudden, once that situation is over, here come Russell Wilson flying in with his cape on, like brothers say, and he wipes Sierra up. So brothers are saying not only has this sister been around the industry, but now this man is taking care of another man's child, right? That's what we're saying. This is why we're calling Russell Wilson, a simp, right? And the thing is, I'm not making this video to discuss whether he's a simp or not. Like in my mind, that conversation is not even worth having on whether a man is simping or not. I'm not talking about that. I want to talk more about why we're calling this brother a simp, to get to a deeper level of understanding of some things, right? So that's why we call the brother a simp. Now if I look a different direction, I can look at my brother Nipsey Hussle. Now y'all know that I love this brother's music. Well before his passing, I was mentioning Nipsey Hussle's tracks and how deep this brother was, before his passing, right? I was fortunate enough to see this brother perform here in Dallas, a good number of weeks before he was taken out, right? So that was a blessing. I love this brother so much that I even named my French bulldog after this brother, right? So that I have love for brother Nipsey Hussle, right? But when you sit back and look at the whole thing, right? When you look at this thing from a bird's eye point of view, did Nipsey Hussle not follow the same blueprint as brother Russell Wilson? Let's look at Lauren London. Lauren London was going around talking to industry brothers for a while. She was getting her Lori Harvey on for a little bit, right? She landed on Lil Wayne's front porch, and they dated for a while. Had a baby by Lil Wayne. Here comes Nipsey after that situation is dead. Here comes Nipsey, with his cape on, like brothers say, and pretty much just scoop Lauren up. Now, I'm not sure if they were officially married before he died, but that was pretty much his wife. He treated and talked about her as if that was his wife, right? And they had a child together. So not only did he have a child with this woman that had been around the industry, now he was taking care of another man's child, which was Lil Wayne's, right? Now, I've looked high and low on the internet, and I've yet to find one single video that says Nipsey Hussle is a simp. Why do you think this is? I'll tell you why in a second, right? But before I tell you, let's look in a completely different direction, and let's look at the brother Gucci Mane. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I think about Gucci's old music, I wasn't a fan of Gucci. I really didn't care for him, right? But this new Gucci, when he got out of prison, this skinny Gucci, the one that's married to Kior, I believe her name is. I like this brother. He's on a whole nother level. He's a better brother, nowadays, right? So I like Gucci now, man. Love his music and the whole nine, right? But let's look at his wife. Let's look at Keisha Kior. Now, we all know that she was a video vixen. She was going around from video to video. That's a professional thing. But I think she dated a few brothers in the industry, right? And I know for a fact that she has kids by someone else, or maybe a couple of guys. She has a couple of kids, right? So Gucci gets out of prison, and the rumor is, and I believe it was confirmed, that Keisha Kior, while Gucci was locked up, was messing with what's the dude that looked like MC Hammer's son? Yo Gotti. Keisha was messing with Yo Gotti, right? While Gucci was locked up. Gucci gets out and wifes Keisha Kior, right? So now I believe she's pregnant, or they just had a baby. Right? So now he has a baby with this lady, and now he's also responsible for the kids she had in a previous relationship, right? Again, I've searched high and I've searched low. And I've yet to see one YouTube video, I've yet to see one Instagram post, I've yet to see one Facebook message group that's titled Gucci Man is a Simp. Why is this? So y'all know I like talking about my son, right? So a few years ago, my son had this issue. He was about 9 years old, give or take. He was still living in Houston. And I was talking to him one day on the phone. I said, son, what's going on? He was sad. He said, I'm having this issue at school. He said, these brothers, they keep messing with me. They tease me. And I'm thinking they were just ranking. You know how young kids rank on each other, right? I said, what'd you do? He said, I told him to stop. I said, cool. The next day, he said the same thing happened. I said, well, what'd you do to handle it? He said, I went and told the teacher this time. He said, but they still kept teasing me, right? So that was my weekend to get him. So I went to Houston, picked him up. We spent the weekend together. And we're still talking about it. And I said, son, the only way to fix this, I said, you're going to have to check one of them. I said, no matter which one it is, you're going to have to check one of them. I said, this is the thing you need to know. I said, you will never get in trouble by me for getting people off of you at school, right? I said, never. Now, the thing is, my son, he never said one word, right? He was just sitting there just absorbing it. So I didn't know if he was really getting it or was it just going in and coming out, right? Long story short, I take my son back to Houston, and that Monday morning, it had to be as soon as the bell rung, because I got a call from the principal early that morning. He's like, Mr. Soul, you need to come to the school. We have an issue. So I get to the school, and they're talking about, well, your son walks in, and in the cafeteria in the morning, they said as soon as he walks in, he was on something else, right? They say he's just milly-whopping on dudes, left and right. And I'm like, what? This is what the principal told me. The principal said one guy's glasses was going one way, and another kid's backpack was flying another way. They said my son was just going in circles, just knocking out people just for being in the whole entourage, right? And I'm like, this is not my son. Like, I don't know where this came from. Like, this is crazy. I said, are we sure we understand the whole situation? Because I know some guys were picking on him and all this stuff. He said, sir, we have the whole thing on tape. And I'm like, we got this footage on tape of my son just handling people? I said, sir, can I get this tape, for disciplinary reasons, of course. And he was like, nah, sir, we can't do that. Long story short, the reason I told you that, going back to Russell Wilson, the only reason people are calling Russell a simp, the only reason is because they don't think Russell will knock their ass out. I'm going to say it again. The only reason that people are calling Russell a simp, it has nothing to do with Sierra. It has nothing to do with Future's son. It has nothing to do with them being married. The only reason they're calling him a simp is because they don't believe he'll knock their ass out. Look at Nipsey Hussle. Do y'all remember when Nipsey was in that parking lot and that dude told him something like he had to move his car? Nipsey just knocked snot out of this guy, right? Think about Gucci, right? I believe Gucci got a body. I believe that's why he went to prison. So ain't nobody finna make no video saying Gucci a simp when they know he about that life. The only reason they messing with this brother is because he has this choir boy, aura about himself, this good boy aura. I guarantee you, as soon as Russell, get online, make a video, and say, anybody want to talk noise, pull up. I guarantee you all these guys online typing are going to be deleting videos quick as you can watch them, right? It's all about they don't believe he'll check them, right? Let's think about it. I mean, think about this. Russell has more money than at least 99.9 of the people watching this video. I think that's safe to say. And I also think it's safe to say that Russell has a very beautiful wife. Regardless of what you may think of Sierra, we have to say that she's still a beautiful woman in most people's eyes, right? And she's going to be better than the average man's guy. So when you think about it, like why would this guy even care about what people think about him? On top of that, why would brothers, because you gotta think about this, the guys that are making these videos and comments are typically guys that are at home on Saturday night watching the hub, with nothing to do, no money to bank, and they wouldn't get online and say, well, Russell Wilson's a simp. So you gotta think about that whole simp conversation is just dead, right? I learned something from this brother a long time ago. I grew up with this brother named Arnold London back in Longview, Texas, Lakeport, Texas to be exact, right? I didn't see this brother for several years, but then we ended up working together in the oil field a while back. And this brother Arnold London, he would always say this statement, man, that just stuck in my head for years. We'd be out there fracking, man, swinging hammers, working, man, just kind of everybody just tripping out, capping on each other, just like my son back in school, right? And sometimes somebody will say something to this brother named Arnold London, and Arnold will say this. He would say, you can't catch no fish if you watching my line, right? Now let me break that down for you city boys, right? What the brother was saying is, he was metaphorically speaking about two people fishing. And what he was saying is, you can't possibly be watching your line and watching my line at the same time, right? In other words, what he was saying is, you can't possibly be getting to where you need to in life and taking care of your business if you worried about what I'm doing. So at the end of the day, guys, is Russell Wilson really a simp? Who gives a